the hill from Santa Clarita lives over 10 million people. But thanks to a series of open space purchases, including the latest in beautiful Ellesmere Canyon, our valley will be forever protected and buffered from the bustling metropolitan area. This year, the city and its partners are purchasing 842 acres in Ellesmere Canyon that will be preserved forever. This amazing property lies between State Route 14 and the Angeles National Forest, serving as one of Southern California's most important wildlife corridors and part of the future rim of the valley. Over the last few years, we have been able to bring thousands of acres of beautiful open space into public ownership, including East Walker Ranch, Golden Valley, land near Agua Dulce Canyon Road and State Route 14, and property near the 514 interchange. By partnering with the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy, the Trust for Public Lands, and Los Angeles County, we are able to bring even more land into public ownership that will be preserved for all generations to come. With the many open space acquisitions to date, we have now substantially protected the open space on the southeastern side of the city from the 5 freeway almost all the way to Agua Dulce. Over the last 2 decades, the city and its partners have successfully brought 17,500 acres of land into public ownership, preserved forever for all to enjoy. Along with acquiring open space, we are looking for ways for residents to get maximum enjoyment of these areas. Currently, the city is master planning several open space parcels to determine their best use, and our residents have told us they want amenities, such as hiking areas, equestrian trails, camping, and other passive uses. Creating a buffer of open space around our valley for all of us to enjoy is a key component of continuing the high quality of life here in Santa Clarita and helping to preserve the character of our unique city. Santa Clarita is a visionary city and one of the few with its own open space preservation district, so that we make public ownership of land a high priority. Thank you, Santa Clarita. Thanks to input from local track coaches and schools across the valley, the city is working in partnership with Castaic Lake Water Agency, the Hart School District, local running clubs, and Newhall Land to add a brand new 3.1-mile cross-country course to Central Park. The new cross-country course will be used for both competitive meets and for training. With the growing success and popularity of cross-country, the city is very pleased to be adding this new amenity to Central Park. One of the fastest growing hobbies in America is outdoor gardening, and very soon our city will be home to a new community garden project. The basic concept behind a community garden is that a shared piece of land is used by the community members for the purpose of growing plants for food. A community garden program in Santa Clarita will help promote growing local sustainable food, and excess can even be used to help supplement the food pantry. Right now, we are working with a volunteer committee of engaged Santa Clarita residents on our first half-acre community garden project, which will be here at Central Park. This will be the first of many more community gardens in our city. Stay tuned for more on this exciting new program. This has been a very busy year for our city. This spring, we celebrated the grand opening of our Cross Valley Connector, which has significantly reduced cross-town travel times. We also opened a new phase of the sports complex, adding a new dog park and sand volleyball court, among other amenities. And we celebrated the grand opening of our first passive recreation park in Canyon Country, Discovery Park. Let's take a look back at that historic day. Unlike our other city parks, this is not a park that you will see ball fields or a swimming pool. You will see walking and trails, and you will see hitching posts for horses that we hope will be here. There's climbing boulders, and there's lots of native drought-tolerant plants here, which is what is important to be adjacent to a natural river. Everything here will be non-invasive and will not affect the habitat of the Santa Clara River. I'm standing on the historic 1800s rail bridge above the Santa Clara River, where every day over 20 million gallons of water are released from sanitation district plants 26 and 32. This water is now integral to the habitat of the river and allows wildlife and plant life to flourish. 10 miles to my east, the Pacific Crest Trail crosses the Santa Clara River. Right now, our city is working with the National Park Service to link the Pacific Crest Trail to the ocean, crossing the Santa Clara River at Soledad Canyon. The Pacific Crest Trail runs through 3 different countries and is a national historic trail. I'm very excited about this 170-acre future open space park near Round Mountain and this historic rail bridge. This lush property is one of the most ecologically important portions of the river, full of wildlife, plant life, and lots of water. And it has a major Class 1 bike trail connection and trailhead with the rail bridge, which improves access for cyclists, hikers, walkers, and equestrians. It will be completed in a few months. You may be wondering why I'm standing in the Santa Clara River right now. Santa Clarita residents should be congratulated for their leadership, as our city has successfully reduced the amount of salt in the river by working to eliminate self-regenerating water softeners. The city and the sanitation district have worked to remove over 7,000 salt-spewing water softeners. Their removal has resulted in 3.5 million pounds per year of salt from going into the river from our use. We estimate that there's still about 500 of these illegal softeners remaining, and they need to be removed to help us reach state compliance. We are working on new, cost-effective, state-of-the-art methods to further reduce the salt we add to the river. Some of these methods will include ultraviolet treatments that would remove additional salt from the chlorine now used to eliminate bacteria. It is important to know that we are seeking cost-effective methods to further reduce salt in the river. The city, the sanitation districts, and our local legislators are working hard to evaluate what else we should consider to resolve the problem in a fiscally prudent manner once and for all. We want to be good stewards of this amazing natural river and help our farmers downstream. I want to thank our residents for their support of this issue and the contributions to the solutions that benefit our entire valley.